Good morning, students. I am your English teacher, Mrs. Venita Rodriguez. I hope you all have this Fragrance English Reader book. It is by Cordova Publishers. So those who do not have, please purchase it. And today we are going to start with the poem, How Beautiful is the Rain. This is written by H.W. Longfellow. Now, before we start with the poem, let us know about the poet. Turn your page to page number 10. Just below the poem, in that yellow strip, it is given to you about the poet. H.W. Longfellow, February 27, 1807 to March 24, 1882. Now, there are two dates that are given to you. The first date is the date when the poet was born, and the second one is the day when he died. So, born February 27, 1807 and died on March 24, 1882. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Now here it is given H.W. So the full forms are given to you. H stands for Henry, W stands for Wadsworth. Longfellow was an American poet and educator who wrote on the cultural life of the 19th century America. Some of his works include Evangeline, The Children's Hours, Paul Revere's Ride, and The Song of Hiawatha. He was a commanding figure to influence the cultural life of the 19th century America. Now, this person, H.W. Longfellow, was a poet from America, and he was also an educator who wrote on the cultural life of the 19th century American people. Now, his works, meaning the works that he has written, are the names which include Evangeline, The Children's Hours, Paul Revere's Ride, and The Song of Hiawatha. He was also a commanding figure to influence the cultural life of the 19th century America. That is, through his writing works, he influenced the people who lived in America during the 19th century. Now, coming to the poem, first of all, we are going to read the poem and then I will explain it to you. So, for today, we are only going to read the poem. So, you can read it at home again, and if you find any words difficult in this, you can underline them and ask them during the queries. How beautiful is, before we start the poem, there is also something given to you on top regarding the poem. Rain is much awaited after the prolonged period of intense heat and the dry spell of a summer season. It brings happiness and mirth to the sick man and gladdens the hearts of the children with utmost joy. Rain brings relief to peasants and all forms of life on earth. Now here what is told to you is regarding the rain. The poem itself is telling you about the rain. So what happens before it rains? Now you know that in India we have the monsoons. So just before the monsoons, it is the farmers who are eagerly waiting for the rain. Then the land, the soil also wants rain because it has become hot with the heat of the summer sun. So in the same way, now here it is saying rain is much awaited. That is, everyone waits for the rain after a prolonged period. Prolonged meaning a long period of intense heat. You know, in the summers it is very, very hot. So the heat becomes very intense, and it is a spell, that is a time of dryness. And that is why everyone, whether it is human, it is an insect, every living organism, even the soil itself, wants rain. So everyone waits for the rain eagerly. It brings happiness and mirth. Mirth also means happiness to the sick man and gladdens the hearts of the children with utmost joy. So it is not only the sick man or elderly people, but it is also the children who are very happy when it starts raining. So let's read the poem now. How beautiful is the rain after the dust and heat, in the broad and fiery street, in the narrow lane. How beautiful is the rain. How it clatters along the roofs like the tramp of hoofs. How it gushes and struggles out from the throat of the overflowing spout. Across the window pane it pours, and swift and wide with a muddy tide. Like a river down the gutter roars the rain, the welcome rain. The sick man from his chamber looks at the twisted brooks. He can feel the cool breath of each little pool. His fevered brain grows calm again, and he breathes a blessing on the rain. From the neighboring school come the boys with more than their wonted noise and commotion, and down the wet streets sail their mimic fleets, till the treacherous pool engulfs them in its whirling and turbulent ocean. In the country on every side, where far and wide, like a leopard's tawny and spotted hide, stretches the plain to the dry grass and the drier grain, how welcome is the rain. In the furrowed land, the toilsome and patient oxen stand, lifting the yoke encumbered head with their dilated nostrils spread. They silently inhale the clover-scented gale, and the vapors that arise from the well-watered and smoking soil. For this rest in the furrow after toil, their large and lustrous eyes seem to thank the Lord more than man's spoken word. Near at hand, from under the sheltering trees, the farmer sees his pastures and in his fields of grain, as they bend their tops to the numberless beating drops of the incessant rain. He counts it as no sin that he sees therein, only his own thrift and gain.